Hello everyone, welcome back to Southern Restoration. I've something different for you today. So, I bought two Tranis, and what we're starting today is a new build on a camper van. So, I purchased these vans very cheap. As you can see, they're both tire vans, so they have seen a lot of pain in their lives, but they both have two good hearts. Well, this one doesn't run the typical transit fuel problem, and this one, well, it's stuck in gear. So this one's scrap, this one's good. So we're going to be working on this van, and anything that's bad on this van is pretty much good on this van. So we're going to swap up everything over, and we're going to make ourselves a nice camper out of it over the next year. We've given ourselves, because she's currently sitting in the van, my girlfriend. We're going to be building it together. Unlike the pan loaf, which didn't really have much of a date or a timeline on it, this does. I want this done for summer next year. So for anyone who watches the pan loaf project, I'm going to try my best to get a couple of videos out over the year for it. I really will. They're definitely will be seen at some point throughout the year, but this has to be at the forefront of my focus right now, because I really do want it. Really want the camper for next year. As last year I went travelling around Ireland and through Donegal and all that, and I just thought, you know what, wouldn't this be so fun to do in a camper van? And I says, you know what, I already have a channel about restoration, so let's go deep on this one and try and revive a pair of old trannies, well, one of the pair of old trannies, into something that's usable and something that we can have a bit of crack in. And it's going to be an exciting journey anyway, as I've so much planned for this van here. So today what you are going to see, well, I don't know how long the video is going to be or how much it's going to be broken up, because we've a whole weekend ahead of us, and I want to get it running, get it cleaned out, and yes, go from there. This is going to be a gritty episode, because we're going to have to figure out what the vans are like, because I bought them as non-runners. I know the lad that owned them, so that was a plus. So he says, hey, they're okay, but hey, it's all going to be part of the excitement getting them going. But so anyway, lads, you're going to see my girlfriend. She's going to be coming in and out when we're pulling them apart and doing a bit of work on them. She didn't really want to be on the video, so talking or anything, so for now. But let's get stuck in and see if we can get this running, and I'll switch between what we're going to be doing. So thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get stuck in. So while she's cleaning it out, I'm going to get stuck into the engine. The other day I went to take the valve out of the pump to swap it out of the other van. I got one of the bolts out. The other one ended up being, whoever put it in last put it in quite tight, and the head of the bolt got a bit of a bashing. So it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get out. But I'm going to crawl underneath it now. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to show you a little clip actually from the other night of what it is, so you can see that now. So we jump into it now, and yeah, I'll show you what I can, and hopefully we see it running. So let's get stuck in. So we have to cut out this video every now and then because it rains and I don't want to get the camera wet, so there might be a lot of jumping forward and back and stuff, but we'll try our best. Right. Just to see what the engine's like, because I need to take the valve out of the back of the pump to put into this van, but I wanted to start up to make sure it was okay, and I went to turn it over, nothing out of it. Should have turned it over anyway, don't know what that's about. So then I opened the bonnet and I had a look in, and yeah, there's no turbo on it, so that's kind of what happened there. I'm going to show you. why not? But if you can see that, the turbo goes here, and yeah, it's just a gaping hole. So not the end of the world once the engine's good in this one. Like, either way, like, trial and error. Put it this way, if that runs, we're on to a winner. If it doesn't run and we can't start that up to see if it's okay, because it won't fire anyway, well then we have a bit of a dilemma, and could make the process a little bit more interesting. But who cares? I still have faith, because I was told when I took the vans that they're okay. So that turbo was probably taken off and put onto another. It might have been put on this van. Unfortunately, I just don't have that history. So that's where we're at, and let's continue. So I have to take the valve out of this. Probably not going to film it because it's raining. I'm just trying to jump in and out when I need to. Put it into that. Hopefully it starts, and we'll go from there. Right, so everyone, I know it's probably been a little bit jumbled up looking, but on Friday we got a good bit done. We have all cleared out in the back. As you can see, we got all that done, bulkhead out, everything out. I got the van running, you've seen it move. I didn't get to put a video up of it. I wanted to do it starting for the first time, but I didn't get a chance. It was raining, and it was just, I was lying under that. It was full of water, I was soaked. It was just, I just needed to get it done, get it out. So I did that in the end. Don't mind, I know the shutter, you're probably listening to that screeching away. It's now Sunday at, I think it's 7:45 probably in the morning. And I'm getting stuck into the stickers now on the side of it. We did do a little bit last night. I had college yesterday, so Amy, she done a bit yesterday, a couple of hours while I was in college. So now is kind of my main chance now to get the rest of the stickers out. Well, get as many as I can, because it's really, they're on there. I've taken stickers off yokes before. These ones take the cake. You know, the stickers that I've done in the past, you know, you get some every now and then that you can just heat up a little bit and they just peel off. You're like, ah, lovely. These ones, there's no elasticity, they just snap, and they just, no matter what you do with them. So it's painstaking, but it has to be done. But before I jump into that and show you any more of me doing that, or of us doing that, I want to show you how I got the engine running and what the issue was, and what the current issue is with it. So as you know, I was changing the valve on the back of the pump, which is the high pressure valve. I think the high pressure valve is here. So I can't find the high pressure valve in the back of the pump, the old one. I don't know where it's gone. Maybe it was thrown out, not by me. I thought it was on the bench. But that doesn't really matter, and I just wanted to show you just so you knew what it looked like. Basically it's just that the wire coming out the back of it, you put in 2 bolts, which were an absolute pain in the arse, right? Just, whoever put them in last, or maybe they hadn't been taken out in years, they were just solid, and the heads in the bolts that was there was, by the second one, you know when you have the Allen key in it, and you're there and you're like, oh, I've tapped it and all, a good few times, trying to just shock the bolt a bit, Allen key on it, you know, and you can't even see it, and it's up the top, and your eyes are closed, and you're using all your senses to just, and you're using all your strength, and then you just, and it gets to a point where you just know, this is just gonna spin, and it's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? It's fucking heartbreaking. But I did it. It slipped. I was like, Jesus. So out with the chisel, tap, 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 just shock it. Tap, tap, tap around the side. Just loosened itself. Wasn't that easy, trust me. But I got it in the end, and that's the main thing. So basically, I swapped those over. And the funny thing is, we've had these vans up before when there was issues with them, with fuel, and this was the issue with them. So first thing we did was change this. It seemed to fix the problem. It's now running. Still hard to start. So what I do reckon is there's probably an injector down or the fuel rail. So what I'm gonna probably do is do a leak off test on it. A fuel leak off test, and see if there's an injector down, or I'll change the rail. But I might do that in a separate video, because I know this video is a little bit jumbled up. I just wanted to fill you in on how the van got actually into the place. Now what I will do in a second is I'll start it up for you, just because it's cold morning, just to show you as to how hard it is to start with the issue that is in it, but the fact that it does actually start. So I'll do that in a second, but I just want to say we've gotten actually a good bit done, considering how the time that we kind of had, and the conditions of the weather and all that, and filming. I can't wait to lay it out all on the computer and all that, and see what way it unfolds and where the videos will be placed. But what I think I will do when it comes to filming the engine is I'm going to, and doing that, I think that would be an interesting thing for anyone that does have a Transit and has maybe a similar issue, or is thinking about buying a Transit and is terrified by them. But yeah, I'll show you what the story is with that, and how we're going on, and how we're gonna fix that problem. But I think it is definitely a fuel problem, because it's the smoke out of the back of it, and the smoke will burn the eyes out of you. So it's unburnt fuel. It's not like the engine's knackered, or there's anything like that wrong with it. Well, I pray, you know. So we're gonna go with that. I'll fire it up for you now, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue on lashing the stickers out of it, and when we get the stickers done, after that, then it's going to just clean the interior out of it, do all of that. So let's show you what it's like to start. To be honest with you, that started better than I thought it was going to start up. Yeah, and it actually ran fairly alright. It's just when it gets hot. When it gets hot, that just the injectors, I reckon the injector's probably down, and it's a typical issue with them. So is the rail. Sometimes you have to change them all at the same time. That little noise that you heard when I turned it off and went, that is the fan, I'm pretty sure. The fan is just knackered on it, so I'll have to change the fan. Fan out the other one. Should be, hopefully good. Put that onto it, and fantastic. I'm also going to take the injectors out of that one and put it onto it, and hopefully they're okay and everything's all good with that. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. These stickers are going to be painstaking, so this is probably going to take the whole day today just to get the stickers off it. But I think that's the tax for getting a cheap van, just having to do the painstaking work of getting all the stickers off it. But once all that is done, it's going to start getting a bit juicier, you know what I mean? We're going to get the interior out of it, we're going to get all that cleaned up, as I've said, and jump into the back of it then, and start measuring out. I'm going to talk to you all about that when we get to it though. I'm getting ahead of myself here, right? So let's jump into it and crack on. Right, so everyone, I finally got all the stickers off. I'm absolutely delighted with it. Now that I had, as you've seen, my excitement with the ice scraper. So if you're ever doing this which for yourselves, if you buy a van or whatever it is, ice scraper and blowtorch. This is actually, we always use that. These are the hardest stickers I've probably taken off. Usually you get a bit of heat, the heat gun is grand, and you just peel them all off and they come off really nice. But this time they're so brittle, and it worked out well. So just a bit of heat on it. Scraper, it's grand. I'm sure as well, I just wanted to know, anyone that's seen the panels flexing and stuff like that, that was all just because of the heat of the blowtorch, and the panel obviously expands and retracts, so it expands, and when you put pressure on it, it goes floppy. So then when it cools down, it goes back into its normal position, but it won't do that if you put too much pressure on it. But yeah, so it is actually grand using the blowtorch, and I just don't hold it on any spot for too long or you'll burn the paint. Yeah, so that is the main kind of thing with it. Now what we need to do is get all the sticky stuff off. So petrol on a rag, go around the whole van, get all this sticky stuff off, and I'm going to show you one panel, me doing that with one panel, and after that then in the next episode I'll do a walk around and you can see how the van came up after cleaning it down with the petrol on the rag.
I just want to give you just an idea, just in case you want to do it yourselves and you're thinking, how do I get all this sticky stuff off? Petrol on a rag, and it doesn't damage the paint or anything. I've done it loads of times. So yeah, I'll show you one panel and then I'll catch you in the next video. So talk to you in the outro. So everyone, the video unfortunately cut out while I was rubbing off the sticky stuff, and I just finished it. I says, hey, we'll just finish it and I'll explain myself afterwards. So you've seen the gist of it anyway. The only thing was you're kind of chasing after the balls of sticky stuff that spread around the place on the panel once you've scrubbed, and the way you're getting those off is just a bit more petrol on the rag over it, and it just turns it into, like, the gel goes into, not water, but you know, it breaks it down and it goes off on the rag. But just remember to keep folding the rag, keep changing sides, you know, because you'll just end up rubbing everything back onto it. So that's how that's done. Fairly simple, and it's fairly quick. Bit of a scrape, just scrape it off and it comes up great. I know you can see the phone number still on it, but that's just because this is tarnished from 13 years of being in the sun, and this is being protected. So with a polish, that panel will actually come up equally as nice. So yeah, lovely job here, all done and dusted. One thing I do want to know, if you are doing anything like this with petrol, blow torches, all this stuff, I'm just used to all this. This is the way, anything that you see in any of my videos is what I do and what I've known and what I'm used to doing. So it's up to your discretion whether you want to do this or not. I'm not telling you to do it, just in case, because like, I don't know, if you're not used to it, you might set yourself on fire with petrol and a rag and a blowtorch and think, oh, I thought you meant this. You know what I mean? I just have to say that, and I think it's right anyway, because you're going on YouTube, I'm going on YouTube, and I'm searching people, and they're saying the same thing. You know, this is when they're putting up videos, because you look up, if you want to build a camper van, and you end up with this, and you go, oh, how do I get stickers off after buying a van, like me? And you look, oh, he's done it this way, and that's fair enough, and I do want to share how I'm doing that, and I'm enjoying doing it, but at the same time, be safe. And you know, if you're ever unsure, pop a comment in the comments box. There's always people out there to help on Facebook and all that as well. But I just wanted to say, it's to your discretion as well, and just be safe, be careful, because you can get carried away with yourself, and things happen, you know. I just felt like I needed to say that. It was itching at me, so forgive me for that. But it's up to your discretion whether you do or don't want to use this information, and I'm not telling you to use it either. So it's basically, I'm just representing what I do. Yeah, cool. That's all I wanted to say. So this is the end of the video, lads. I'm gonna do a run around when the whole van is done, just to show you how it came up, and after rubbing all the sticky stuff off. So yeah, and then we'll move on to the next thing in the next video, but I'm not going to spoil that. You'll have to subscribe to see what's coming next. Right, so don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like it and comment. Tell me what you think, right? Tell me what's going on. Tell me anything. You know what I mean? Even if you want to give out about something, just put it in the comments. Just talk. Do you know what I mean? So that's it, lads. Don't forget to check me out on social media as well, on Caleb Byrne on Instagram. Hey, follow me on Facebook. I don't put so much on that, but usually Instagram's the main spot that if I'm to put up anything, I will. I'm not that active on it. One more place that I want you to check out for me is K's Cast on everything. So Google, you've got Spotify, you've got Apple Podcasts. There's a few others that I'm on as well. It's my podcast. Check it out. See what you think. A little bit more about me, a little bit more in depth. And yeah, so let's keep it lit, lads, and we'll on to the next video. and get stuck in. So thanks for watching and catch us in the next one.